Assuming a person experiences cardiac arrest due to an electric shock, we temporarily assume that he has entered a state of death. We can revive by defibrillating it with electric shock. If this person enters heaven after death, angel will tick his name on the list, and if his body is saved, this tick will be crossed. According to statistics, biology, and anthropology, it is conservatively estimated that there were once 100 billion humans on Earth. For the convenience of counting such a large number, God would suggest that angel use 0 and 1 records, with a check mark of 0 and a cross mark of 1 for that person. Assuming angel's list serves as the output of the I/O module, outputting information to heaven. It is known that we bring this person back to life through repeated electric shocks, and then add a square wave signal to this hypothetical circuit. Angel will notice that this person is flashing at a certain frequency. But have you found a loophole that when a person is in a living state, the next time they want to change, it must be in a state of death? In other words, for the same human body, life and death are distributed alternately. This way, only the signal of 01010101 can be transmitted. At the same time, Angel noticed something unusual and protected heaven through a firewall. Therefore, in order to change this predicament, we need to consider at least 2 factors: spiritual and information communication. The first is that the identity of this person must be a devout believer, because Matthew chapter 7 verse 21 records, "But who does the pleasure of my Father in heaven?" We work on this theory because we want to make sure that the person in the shepherd's flock is qualified to go to heaven. The second is to change the way information is transmitted. We can choose 3 people with the same name, all dead or all living, as 0, and 1 or 2 living, as 1. Their life and death status will be written on the same name, and now we can hack into angel's list through this sophisticated programming language. Through programming language, we first forge an IP address to access the protected list. Angel would mistakenly believe that this request was sent from the internal network of heaven, so that we could access his list database, obtain sensitive information, or execute malicious code, such as removing someone from a list or going to heaven early. But we do not engage in unprepared battles. Considering that God has disabled unnecessary protocols and ports, as well as using measures such as network address translation to reduce the likelihood of spoofing, we can use port scanning tools to identify vulnerabilities in the heavenly network, transmit a virus through thousands of 3-person signal groups, use dictionary attacks and brute force attacks to crack passwords and gain access, further black out the entire heaven system. You can freely access the inner network of heaven, and similarly, you can also access the network of hell. From then on, you can freely travel through the 3 realms and become the second ordinary person to wander in heaven and hell after Dante. You don't have to worry about the consequences at all. Assuming that your online sabotage behavior is discovered after your death and leads you to hell, you can pass on this method to your disciples in advance, so that you can be released from hell and ascend to heaven.